UFC Fight Night 251, Cannonier versus Rodrigues. I'm Tyler, the Kombat Oracle, here to give you the fight breakdown faster than Quinlan's one-punch knockout. Let's go! Avila versus Cavalcanti. Avila has two big disadvantages in this fight. Number one, her age. She's more than 10 years older. And number two, the activity. Her last fight was more than a year ago. Her opponent, Cavalcanti, has been way more active. Her last fight only 4 months ago. Cavalcanti, unanimous decision. Walker versus Mays. Walker's best path to victory in this fight is going to be on the ground and on top. But Walker's cardio is not very good. Mays is skilled enough to outlast Walker and box him on the outside. Mays split decision. Morales versus Smith. Smith learned what it meant to be a fighter in his Contender Series fight against Aaron Tao. Smith will come into this matchup a better fighter. The athleticism and youth of Smith will favor the experience of Morales. I'm going Smith split decision. Bonfim versus Williams. Bonfim was viciously knocked out against Nicholas Dalby in the second round of one of his fights. That tells us that he can be knocked out again. And if you're going against somebody like Williams with the knockout power that he has, it's a recipe for disaster. Now, over the course of 3 rounds, that damage will accumulate. Williams, majority decision. Estevam versus Aguilar. Aguilar does not have good hit response. Estevam is undefeated and proven because he beat Charles Johnson, who we all know is good. Aguilar is going to look worried and break down throughout the fight. Estevam, unanimous decision. Hill versus Souza. Hill as a pro doesn't have a very good record with 17-14. And although she's in great shape, she's been competing in MMA for a little bit too long. Versus Souza, who is 11 years younger, coming off of a 2-fight win streak, and her last fight winning with a rear naked choke and spectacular finish. Souza, unanimous decision. Delgado versus Matthews. Delgado won in his Contender Series fight with a round 2 TKO, but in the first round, he was rocked pretty bad. He's going to have the UFC jitters coming into his debut. Matthews, on the other hand, fought Bazooka, who has plenty of UFC experience. Matthews made it into the 3rd round on that fight. He got finished with a TKO, but the stance switching and the pressure, and plus the ability for Matthews to take the fight anywhere, is going to give him the win. Matthews, majority decision. Vieira versus Petrosky. Vieira is a skilled fighter, and he has fought tough competition before. He's proven. Petrosky, on the other hand, has knocked himself out on someone else's hip. I can't pick a guy who's knocked himself out on someone else's hip. Vieira, round 2, KO. Bonfim versus Sadykhov. Bonfim is overrated just like his other brother. Don't be fooled by the last name. Sadykhov has great fight IQ and even better cardio, and that's going to cause Bonfim to make mistakes as the fight goes deep. Sadykhov, unanimous decision. Shahbazyan versus Budka. Shahbazyan doesn't have very good fight IQ. Budka's fight IQ is even worse. Both men are very tough. This is going to be a weird one. Shahbazyan, round 2, TKO. Kattar versus Zalal. Kattar is an OG. He's got plenty of MMA experience, but unfortunately his career's on an end. Versus Zalal, who's found a resurgence in his career and found himself as a fighter. Zalal, round 1, knockout. It's the main event. Cannonier versus Rodrigues. Cannonier has expert level MMA boxing and inhuman cardio. Rodrigues, expert level jiu-jitsu, and will fight until the bitter end. Both of these men have the tools to make this a technical match, but Cannonier's forward pressure will stay in the face of Rodrigues, giving him higher total strike output and better total damage. Cannonier, majority decision. Let's go! Those are the predictions. Good luck. Thanks for watching.